Okay, so thank you, Robin. Hello, everybody. I am Hannah, the Communications and Social Media Officer at the CRA. I'm going to talk to you for about 10 minutes or so and walk you through the social media and comms side of your membership, tell you the sorts of things that are available, how to use it, and all of that good stuff. So, for a bit of context before we dive in, CRA social media and communications isn't just something that we do for ourselves, it is also here to work for you as members. And everything I'm going to cover today is included in your membership, and a lot of it is ready to use straight away. So, first, we've got the social media campaigns calendar. This is probably the most practical benefit that I'm going to show you today. So, a lot of you are probably already familiar with it, but throughout the year, we run a program of campaigns. Things like Volunteers Week, Gift Aid Awareness, Charity Shop Fashion Week, Christmas, all of that kind of good stuff. And for these campaigns, we produce ready-made assets that you can download and customize with your shop's details on. So this could be things like reels, graphics, posters, etc. So the creative work has already been done. You just need to hop onto Canva, add your shop's logo, maybe tweak a few things to suit your branding and things like that. When campaigns are approaching, everything becomes available to download directly from our website. You don't need to necessarily ask us for it. It should be there just waiting for you. And we, of course, also put this all in CRV as well, so you're fully up to date with everything. You can find the campaign calendar by heading to our website, going to services and resources, and then marketing, PR, and social media. And then we've got another kind of calendar. We've got the social media content calendar. So this is created for charities with individual shop accounts in mind. So it's a 2-week rolling calendar with a content idea for every single day. So if you happen to be the person in charge of running socials for your charity or shop and are ever in a rut for what to post, this could hopefully help you out. On top of the kind of daily ideas as well, there's seasonal ideas for the whole year, things like festival fashion in the summer, Halloween costumes in October, secondhand September, and it covers all of the moments that your audience really care about. Like I said, I would say that this is made more for people like shop managers who are running their own social media, but of course everyone is welcome to use it and just use it as an inspiration. And you can find the content calendar again on our website in services and resources, PR, marketing, and social media. Here's a little taste of what it looks like. So this is week A. It's a week full of content ideas, each one with a brief explaining kind of what to post that day. And it's designed so kind of anyone can pick it up in your team and run with it, even if maybe social media isn't their main role. As Robin mentioned, we have also got the influencer directory. This one's particularly useful if you ever wanted to work with content creators but didn't really know where to start. So we've put together a directory of influencers who already love and advocate for charity shopping. They're pre-vetted, they're aligned with the sector, and they're open to working with charity shops on things like campaigns, events, shop features, or maybe even ambassadorships. So it takes the legwork out of influencer outreach entirely. We have 35 creators featured currently. They're based all up and down the country. I'm aiming to keep it growing so that we've got a really wide array of creators. I won't take any credit for this lovely photo from Bernarda's, though. They did not source this from the influencer directory because I think it was before then. But that content creator in particular is on our influencer directory. So if you wanted to work with her, her name is Thrifty Finney, and she makes a lot of great charity shopping content. And there is also a QR code there as well if you wanted to take a look at it. But it, again, can also just be found in the same area of our website as the other assets that I mentioned. So let's take a brief look at some of our platforms, some of our numbers, because our platforms are just as much yours to use as a member as they are ours. So here's what I actually mean by that in practice. So we've got 21,000 followers across our channels. Last year, we reached over 328,000 people on Instagram and Facebook alone. So that's a really big engaged audience that already care about charity retail. So when you tag us in your posts and take part in campaigns, we can hopefully amplify your content to that audience. It costs you nothing, it doesn't take up too much time, so it's really worth making a habit of tagging us in your content. And I'm sure lots of you know that it is currently Volunteers Week, so I'm currently trying my best to keep up with sharing all of your lovely posts and trying to get as many eyes on them as possible. So, to help bring those numbers to life a little bit, here's some of our best performing content from the past year or so. So, the big one on the left, we've got Katie from Oxfam Putney. That was a volunteer story that we filmed for Volunteers Week that got 38,000 views across Instagram and Facebook. All of these stats that are shown on screen are actually just for Instagram and Facebook, but obviously we do also post to TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube as well. Next to that one, we've got a charity shop home collab, which we did with the creator called Cicely Ray, and also the charity shop gift card. That got 112,000 views, which was a great win for us. Then we've also got an awareness video on Gift Aid, More Than a Shop campaign, and then a really nice video from Cancer Research UK Harpenden when we went there to present them with their UK's Favourite Charity Shop Award for the East of England. So I got some nice kind of videos of their reactions and some interviews, some nice quotes and things like that. I thought I would play you Katie's video to give you a bit of taste of the sorts of things that perform well for us. It is entirely possible the video may not work. If it doesn't, I will not spend a lot of time faffing to try and get it to work because I know how annoying that can be. So I'm gonna play it now. Just tell me if you can't hear it because you might not be able to.
We haven't got any audio,
Right.
Hannah, but the video is working.
That's fine. Hopefully the subtitles are just enough.
And we've got some subtitles on as well.
Hello, mate. All right. Nobody's going to visit you now.
Sorry that you couldn't hear that, but hopefully the subtitles kind of gave you a little bit of a taste of the sorts of things that we're putting out on social media. And obviously, you can go and watch that with the lovely audio if you want to. It's on all of our socials. So if you wanted to go a little bit deeper on social media beyond the resources that I've just covered, though, I thought it was worth mentioning that I also very recently put together a course specifically for charity retailers. It's on charity retail learning and it's 10 lessons covering everything from strategy to content creation and lots of stuff in between. I built it drawing on my own experience in this space and it's designed to be practical rather than theoretical so you can just get stuck in straight away. So yeah, that's on charity retail learning if that's of any interest to anyone. And finally, I am here to help. So if you have any questions about any of the resources I've mentioned, if you want advice on your shop's social media, if you're not sure how to use campaign assets or what to post, you're always very welcome to reach out to me. I will be taking questions at the end if there are any, but I'm also very happy to be contacted via email. My CRA address is on screen down below there. And I thought it was also worth mentioning that I do also run the social media for the charity shop gift card that Robin mentioned earlier. Which is also a CRA benefit in its own right, as you have to be a member to join the scheme. So if you have any questions about that as well, my gift card email is also on screen. My question is too small, so feel free to reach out whenever. But that is it from me. So thank you very much. If anyone has any questions, let me know.
Yeah, so we've got a question about the cost of your 10 lesson course on CRL. I imagine it does cost something, but I don't know how much, do you?
I don't actually know. I do know if you had already taken the social media course, I think that this updated version is free to use.
Okay.
Because it's just an updated version of one they already had. I could probably find out very quickly.
It should be
Actually,
available on the
I would
CRL
think so, yeah.
on the CRL website, I would think. Yeah, so same answer, Karen. This Charity Retail Learning has its own website, so you can pop along there and you can book on the courses and do whatever you need to do. It's just worth saying, actually, while we're on the CRL subject, that they do have a fantastically good subscription series where a subscription offer where you can sign up for kind of a year's worth of courses and so on, rather than which is much more cost effective than doing individual courses. And Alex has kindly put their address in the chat. So, any other questions for Hannah or for me about CRA and what we get up to and social media and so on? We've got a couple of minutes left, Hannah. I don't know if you just want to talk a little. I don't want to put you on the spot. If you talk a little bit about the sorts of campaigns that we have been running and are about to run, if you've got that information to hand.
Yeah, so obviously we're right in the middle of Volunteers Week. That is not technically our campaign. It's created by Volunteers Week, but it's one we really like to get involved in because obviously charity shop volunteers are such an important part of the sector. So for the last couple of years, I've produced videos on that, but we also do produce assets that are available, as I said earlier. So that is the current one. The next one we'd have coming up would be Back to School Sustainably in August. So that is where we're encouraging people to kind of source their uniforms from charity shops, their pencil cases, their bags, all sorts of things like that. And then we'll have Charity Shop Fashion Week this year as well. That's run by Sustainable Fashion Week. So it's kind of a campaign we run alongside that. So there's lots of resources on that already on Sustainable Fashion Week's website. But nearer the time, we will have some assets and some kind of campaigns, the kind of things for you to get involved in. And then we'll have gift aid awareness, and then we'll have Christmas. So that's kind of what this kind of year is looking like. As Alex very kindly popped that in the chat, you can kind of take a look at all of the upcoming campaigns.
So pretty much we're running a social media campaign of one sort or another most of the time, really, aren't we?
Yeah. There's always something to celebrate in charity retail.